7 women left on Joe Millionaire, and this episode was a little different as all 7 women had some of their friends or family come visit the manor. This is like a stapler on the Bachelor, Bachelorette hometowns where you go and meet the person's family, and almost inevitably, at least one of the visits turns into a total disaster. So I kind of enjoyed this little twist here of bringing all the families to the manor all at the same time. You know, maybe we could have done this when there was a few less women in the house, but it still went off pretty good. And before we really get into the episode, I'm going to tell you why I enjoyed this twist is, one, it is on neutral ground. You're not going into, for lack of a better term, hostile territory to meet a potentially adversarial family and have to go through that experience. And then second, with all the families there together, they end up, instead of focusing on, basically mean mugging the 2 leads, they end up having to focus their energy on making their daughter or friend look the best that they can, and totally changes the dynamic. On top of that, everybody was there having a couple drinks, having fun, which made the whole situation way better. I would say today went pretty well for most of the women, and we might as well just get into that now. To me, the stars of the episode have to be, first off, Amanda. Her family was amazing. I think Kurt fell in love with her family, and that has to move her up a little bit higher on his scale, because he can see a life with her. He can see a life with that family, and doesn't hurt that she might be richer than either of them. How about that for a twist? I wonder if they knew that when they cast her, that she had more money than either of these 2 guys. Joe Millionaire, move out of the way. We got Jane Millionaire, and it would be kind of amusing if Kurt picks Amanda at the end. They run off with all their millions, and then Steven picks, well, it's probably Annie or Amber, right? Picks whoever, and they run off with their millions of dollars. It would be kind of interesting, because the twist was supposed to be that one of the couples ends up not being millionaires and the other does. But it would be kind of a funny twist if they both end up being millionaires, but not for the surprise reason that maybe some of us have thought about. Yeah, so Amanda, huge winner today. I would say Kala was a winner as well. She really opened up with her family, and that has been something that the 2 guys have both been asking for. Could be too little too late for Kala, but I think that Steven is still a lot more open to relationships forming and blossoming at this point than Kurt is. Like, Kurt, really, in my opinion, he's down to Carolyn and Amanda. Kind of the middle of the road. I would say Annie and Amber. Things where the meetings with the family went fine. They weren't amazing. They weren't bad. Whitney, I don't even know where to put her on the scale. Was that good? Was that bad? Who knows? Whitney's dad apparently just wants both these 2 dudes just boning his daughter as soon as possible. That was bizarre. The whole Whitney and Whitney's family was bizarre. And then the 2 individuals who I thought tonight went poorly for was Carolyn and Brianna. As we all know now, Brianna gets sent home, but one of the big knocks on Brianna was her insecurity. And that's been, for most of the season, that's been a question on Steven's mind. And when she was there with her family, those insecurities came out even further. And then the fish story. That fish story was so bad. Like you have to send her home, right? Like, name a bad breakup your daughter's gone through and what she did afterwards. Well, Brianna got mad at a guy, so she went and caught a fish. That's amazing. Like, you can't make that up. Like, that might be the punchline of the year. I'm so mad at you, I'm gonna go catch a fish. I guess that's a thing. But that whole meeting with Steven and Brianna's family just further amplified all the issues that they were having. You know, they're looking for some answers into why these people are the way they are. They're looking for people to open up in ways they haven't before. And Brianna went the other way, you know, just compounded all of the issues that she was having with her relationship with Steven and results in her going home. What else is there to talk about? Carolyn, I don't think that went well for her tonight. You know, Kurt is starting to realize that there's no substance in that relationship. You know, he's sitting there talking with Amanda's family. It's going amazingly. He fits in. He feels like he's family. He just met these people. You know, he's talking about how he thinks that you form a bond with someone through laughter. And the best we got out of Carolyn was her friend saying that she's been in love before, but never like this. And beyond that, like, we don't get to know anything more about her. We don't get to see a different side of her. We don't get a resolution to any of the issues that Kurt and Carolyn have had this entire season. And if anything, you know, by just having one of her friends come to the manor, it just didn't progress that relationship. And honestly, I think of all of us watching, we're rooting for Amanda anyways. So it's great to see Amanda get a huge win this week and Carolyn not so much. Steven, what is he going to do? I feel like his two best relationships are Annie and Amber, and neither of them really took a step forward. You know, the meetings with the families were just fine. Like, that's it. If anything, Calla probably took a step forward. If for Steven, we'll have to see how things go next week when we go to Kurt and Steven's hometowns and kind of flip the script on them, see who actually fits in with Steven's life. You know, I guess you can toss Whitney in there. Whitney, Calla, Annie, Amber. Who is going to fit in his life? Like, I think one of the big things that we got from Steven this week was that he's looking for an independent woman. And out of everyone who's left, that is most likely Amber. With Annie, there's concerns about how are they going to match lifestyles after this is over. She, I believe, is in New York. Steven's in Missouri. And, you know, Steven said, well, I have businesses elsewhere, like I can move to the city. But I don't fully buy that. To me, he's a country boy from a country family. And even though he's wealthy and doing well for himself, and his family is as well, you don't just pack up your bags and move to New York. You know, I think is still going to want to have connection there. If they're moving to a city, it's going to be like Kansas City, not New York. Yeah, that's probably it for this week. Excited for next week, as I already mentioned, and very interested to see how this all plays out. 6 women left, and 2 of them are probably going to leave in relationships, which is kind of awesome. I really like it. I really like it that, you know, we're not just gonna have 5 heartbreaks from here on out. You know, we're gonna get 2 happy endings and only 4 heartbreaks. But yeah, we'll have to see how everything plays out, and very excited to continue this journey. As always, everybody, thank you so much for watching. And yes, I have a new intro because I deleted every single file on my computer. So until next time, we will see you later.